Good morning, you're watching One News Now Markets. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Before we delve into the equity space, here are the top stories of the hour. Nomura Global Markets Research expects the Bangko Central's benchmark interest rate to peak at 6.75%. This is the research firm raised its CPI forecast for the Philippines this year to 5.8%. That's from 5.6% previously due to persistently high core inflation. Nomura says elevated core inflation may likely prompt the Bangko Sentral to hike policy rates by 25 basis points each until the key interest rate peaks at 6.75% by June. The Monetary Board is scheduled to meet on March 23rd, May 18th, and June 22nd. Since May 2022, the Bangko Sentral has so far raised rates by 400 basis points, including its recent half a point increase last month. This brought the benchmark rate to 6%, the highest in nearly 16 years. Meanwhile, Nomura kept its GDP growth forecast of 5.5% for 2023. That's lower than the 7.6% actual growth last year. Nomura says high inflation could likely dampen household spending. S&P Global Market Intelligence has raised its growth forecast for the Philippines this year to 5.8%. That's from 5.6% previously. The research company said key growth drivers for this year are private consumption, government infrastructure spending, and more remittances. S&P Global also expects the Philippines to become one of Asia-Pacific's $1 trillion economies by the year 2034. Joining China, Japan, India, South Korea, Australia, Taiwan, and Indonesia. The firm also said the Philippines will benefit from its membership of the recently implemented RCEP deal, saying this will attract more direct investments. However, S&P Global said inflation remains a key concern in the near term. And more winners are being recognized at the ongoing 95th Academy Awards in Los Angeles. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio took the first Oscar trophy for Best Animated Feature Film. Ke Huy Quan won Best Supporting Actor for his performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once. 2 wins already for that film, as Jamie Lee Curtis was named this year's Best Supporting Actress. The show is being hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, with performances from Rihanna and Lady Gaga coming up. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. And you're still watching One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Let's have a quick check at how the equity space is doing. Some dips already as we start the trading day. Here you have the index down close to 1 1/10%. Now at 6,520. That of course extends declines that we've seen over the end of last week. We're now on a 3-day decline if this continues until the end of the trading day. Investors likely to take cues from U.S. inflation data set to be released on the 14th. Anxiety running high. In fact, that's after Fed Chair Jerome Powell signaled that faster tightening would depend on the totality of the data. But the bigger story over in Wall Street, you have Silicon Valley Bank's demise. Futures up though as regulators shore up the financial sector with a new lending program. As you can see right here, you have some increases here for the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, at least in the futures here as well. However, a bit of a decline here in the NASDAQ. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said all depositors at the bank will be protected, and at the same time you have looking at how the dollar is doing. It's sliding compared to its major peers here. Speaking of which, let's try to have a check at how the peso is doing, strengthening still, as you can see, at 54.990 against the greenback. Now let's have a quick check of how, let's go back to the stock market here with the equity space, at least in the domestic market. You'd see here our leaders and laggards here, with majority of blue chips starting the day with declines here, and energy stocks will be in focus. That's as Alter Energy rolls out its maiden share sale. You have 1.15 billion primary shares up for grabs here with an over allotment option of 115 million shares. That of course may somehow affect energy related stocks here. And looking at our leaders and laggards here, you have other energy related stocks, particularly for example Metro Pacific is up by 1.5%. Just one of 3 stocks that's at least starting the day in the green here in the main index. You have other energy related stocks starting the day with declines, the likes of Semirara down by 1 4/10%. DMCI likewise starting the day in the red, as well as Meralco, Aboitiz Power, and even San Miguel Corporation now down by 1 8/10%. But the biggest loser so far, at least for the day, you have BPI down by 2 4/10%. And that's it for this hour. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. We are One News, all sides, all the time.